Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We are doing a simple little unboxing video here. You can probably tell, for those of you who have bought from this company, what this is based on the dinosaur footprints on here. This is a holster from T-Rex Arms, a company that I don't usually support, and the only reason why I'm supporting them in this video is because they make a very specific holster that I am after for one of my setups that I am working on. So we're gonna crack this thing open, take a look at what is inside, and then maybe get it set up. It's really simple. This is a T-Rex Ragnarok holster. It is made to be used with a suppressor. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. I went ahead and had it installed with the QLS fork. We'll see what I want to do here. If these patterns fit, which I think they do, we are going to mount this holster for now to a piece of Velcro here so that it can be carried inside a backpack specifically. But the way that I understand this holster is it's meant to be kind of universal for any gun that is running a X300 light. So we're gonna test that now. This is the gun that I am kind of setting up to be my do everything gun. This gun started its life as an X Macro tac ops. That's why I have the magwell here on the bottom, and I went ahead and got a fuse upper because I wanted that extra barrel length. I wanted to have that full-sized shooting capability in a smaller sized gun. The thing that I love the most about the P365 line is the thinness. This is by far the most comfortable gun I have ever carried on a daily basis. So I'm trying to preserve all of that thinness while still getting everything that I want out of it. I started with a SIG P365 XL, immediately went up to the X Macro because I wanted the 17 rounds. And then, as soon as I could get my hands on a fuse upper, I went ahead and made that jump too so that I could get the full-sized experience in a significantly thinner gun. So now what we've done is we've bought a key from Tactical Development that allows you to attach the Surefire X300 to the X Macro frame. I am looking into some frames that are full-length dust covers for the fuse. Why SIG doesn't just do that, I'll never understand. Anyway, the goal here is to make this the ultimate concealed carry gun, but also a full-size performance gun. So that's kind of the idea with this Ragnarok holster. I want to be able to throw this guy in here with a suppressor in it and carry it in a backpack. Suppressed, we'll see if we can get that set up today, but let's check the fitment, and that snaps in there just so delightfully. That has a really solid click to it. Like, I trust that. That is not going. Let's see if I can really try to. I really cannot just chuck this thing out of here. Despite my best efforts, not able to dislodge this out of here, just throwing it around in here. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to grab a hair dryer and actually blow dry this part hot so that the suppressor can fit through here and then theoretically rest on these wings that you're gonna create by folding these out. Let's see if we can get that done. Okay, so from what I understand, this is kind of the idea. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little better fitment. My thing is, do you really want, I guess 9mm suppressors don't get that hot, but do you really want the suppressor resting on this? Anyway, I'm going to try to get it to mold a little bit better to the suppressor overall. All right, so now I have the suppressor and the light on what's basically a Glock 17. This is a Bear Creek Arsenal Grizzly. But my thinking here is that theoretically, the light and the suppressor are gonna be a different distance from each other than they would be if they were still on my fuse setup. So is that going to mess with how the suppressor integrates with the wings at the end here? And the answer is honestly not really. That fits just fine. So I should be able to use both of these guns for this setup. That's definitely something that I like. I like the versatility, and that theoretically, so far, I can take this suppressor and this light, put them on other guns, and still run them with this holster. I like that I can use multiple guns with the same holster. That is pretty sweet overall. My only concern there was with these. Now, let's see if we can mount this thing to our little plate here. All right, that was easy enough. QLS male side off, and my piece of hook Velcro on the Ragnarok. Let's check fitment. No issues, clicks right in there, and that means we are ready to test this in a setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in a Vertex sling bag, and we're gonna run some reps with it.
Are you sick of the earmuff fatigue yet? Then go check out Axil's lineup of Bluetooth-capable hearing-safe earbuds. From the long-lasting battery life of the corded GS Extreme 2.0 to the absolute freedom of the Axil X-Core earbuds, Axil's rechargeable hearing-safe buds are sure to make those long-range sessions way more comfortable. Check out their lineup in the link down in the description.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not going to be the fastest setup to get to, so I don't think this backpack is particularly well suited, but it kind of demonstrates the idea. I may get the next size up of the Vertex Transit Sling. That's what this is going to be. This one seems to be a little bit small for the job, but they've got some new models out. This is like old. This is like 5 years old, maybe. Anyway, the newer models might be better, but this will demonstrate the idea with the quick pull strap, and then I can get out here and get this thing out decently quickly, honestly. And I know there are people out there who are running concealed carry setups with suppressors on their handguns. I'm not a very big guy, so I'm probably not going to do that, but this seems to work relatively decently. I do have to open the bag up a lot in order to get to it, whereas usually when I was using this, I could open it up just across the top here, reach in and grab my gun. This is not the setup for that, not in this backpack at least. Maybe I'll pull my gamut out and give that one a whirl as well after I'm done with that. But this is more or less the idea here, is going for that action right there. And honestly, not bad. Let's open this thing up and show you exactly how it's set up. All right, so there is the whole setup in all its glory and how it hangs. You can see that I'm pretty much maxing out the available space in this particular backpack. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my old gamut and throw this in there and see if the spacing's any better. All right, I can already tell you this is a better fit overall. Let's see how it draws though. Oh, that's a little bit of a tougher draw, especially with the gamuts, because it's more of a traditional style backpack. You really have to work on unslinging one arm and then getting to your gun, which is kind of tough. So instead of with the transit sling just reaching around, grabbing the pull tab and ripping that whole bag around and then opening it, I have to swim and do that motion at the same time. I'm also a little bit more limited in how far I can pull the zipper over, but the gun does overall fit in here a little bit better. Reset the gun one more time just to see if I can move it around in order to make this a little bit smoother. Yeah, that's a bit better. My hand got hung up on the pull tab strap, so I'm gonna try one more rep, but that felt better overall. Last rep for this little experiment. Yeah, that's significantly better, and I could totally get a backpack that fits this setup significantly better and just speed everything up. All right, had to do it, had to go ahead and throw on the battle belt setup, even though it's not something that I wear practically ever anymore. But maybe in a group range day, I'll bring this setup out at some point, because this is kind of what this is made for. This Ragnarok holster is made for your battle belt setup so that you can have a suppressed pistol on your hip and be able to get to it pretty quickly. Overall, it's a pretty cool idea. I really like it. That's why I ended up buying it, and I'll definitely again be rocking this at group sessions here at some point. But I wanted to throw it on, see how it felt, and see if it is practical. And to me, honestly, it's feeling pretty practical overall. Well, and the other nice thing about it is that if I wanted to, I can go ahead and just unthread this guy and still use it just like this. I do need to mess with the retention. It does seem that I've loosened it up a little bit as I've been playing with it, and I do want a snugger fit, but that is something that you can do with a screwdriver, no big deal. This is a pretty fun setup overall. Let me know down in the comment section if you find value in a product like this, if this is a setup that you either have or that you aspire to setting up, having a suppressed holster of some kind that accepts your firearm of choice and your suppressor at the same time. Folks, thanks for hanging out with me on this unboxing video where I did some unboxing and a little bit of product testing at the same time. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.